Hello, hello guys, hello. Um, Hello. Okay. So, voice ज़्यादा तेज है. ठीक है, आवाज़ आ रही है. आवाज़ ज़्यादा फट रही है, बहुत ज़्यादा. ठीक है. Okay, so today what we will do. So first of all, this is not a tutorial. This is just a study session where I just usually experiment things. So right now, what I will be doing today, I will be working on Flutter Bloc. So basically, what is Flutter Bloc? Flutter Bloc is a state management package where you manage the state of the given Flutter app. So I will be using that block and I will be creating an app using that block basically. So it will be simple app. First will be the counter app and then we will create an e-commerce application. If I will be able to complete the e-commerce, if I fail to complete the e-commerce application in this stream, we will continue to the next stream also, that project, and we will complete it. The code for all these things that I am doing will be in the description below. You can click on the description, click on the link and you can just clone it, do it whatever you want to do. Okay, so what I will be doing here. So right now counter is over, so I will be closing the counter, switching back. Okay, so as you can see, I have already created the project for the counter app. So what I will be doing, I will be coding further, and in the during the time I will be coding, I will be also telling what I am doing. And so basically it's not a tutorial, so I am not discussing everything in detail or anything. But if you want me to create a tutorial for you, then yeah, I will do it that. But right now it's not a tutorial, it's just a study session where I usually just code and just create something. Okay, so in this session I will be just using Flutter app, creating an application using Flutter Bloc. Flutter Bloc, what is Flutter Bloc? Flutter Bloc is an state management package. What is Go Router? And yeah, I will be using Go Router also. So basically Go Router is a navigation package where basically you use Go Router to navigate from one screen to another in a declarative fashion. So earlier the Go Router that earlier we were using a traditional navigations package provided by Flutter, but right now I'm using Go Router for navigation 2.0. that is much more better navigation as compared to earlier, so I will be using that. And what are the things that we will learn here? What I will be doing, first I will be creating a counter app using block qubit. I will tell you what is block and what is qubit, everything. Second, we will talk about shopping app, e-commerce app, you can say. In that, I will tell what I am using, the things. Basically, what I am using, what are the things that I am using to create that, basically. Yeah. So let's get started. Okay, so here you can see I've already created a grow router, and yeah, one more thing, you can provide me a feedback whether I'm doing it right or wrong, anything else. If I'm saying something that is not very clear to you, because this study session, basically I just test myself whether I am speaking something or telling something which is clearly understandable to the audience also. So if the user don't understand what I'm saying, then it will be not okay for me. So I just need feedback from you guys, that what the things that I am doing wrong and what are the right things that I can do. Okay, so let's get started. And so basically this is go router. This is router variable. I have created an instantiation of this class go router, and I have provided the routes. You can so basically, to provide the go routes for the particular page, you just have to provide the path of the page, which will be obviously in string, and you have to provide the widget also. Okay, the screen, you can say, the screen that you are creating. Okay, so after that we have to create a build function. In that build function, the material app is the first top level widget that is created first, and after that you create multiple screens that is rendered inside the material app. Okay, so material app basically is a container for all the screens. So entry point is a material app, my app, stateless Reddit. You inside that, it's a material app. So when you first create a project in Flutter, basically what you do, the project code looks like this. It will not include router, but to use navigation to, you have to use router for it. Okay, so I have provided a router that I've created earlier here in the router config. So router config will register all the routers that has been mentioned in the given list of this variable. Okay, inside the home it's just a app bar, and the center column block builder. So block builder, what it does basically, it takes the class name and the state type. So basically state type is that what the state should be, what is the type of the state that is returning. So data type basically. So in this you can see it is the type is int. The block instantiation of the block class have instantiated here. So you can see that I have created the block class, and I have provided the reference to the instantiate object of the block class basically. After that I have created a builder function. In that builder function I have provided text. What does happen basically here, when the state changes inside this class, qubit class, the state changes. So when the state gets changed, the block builder refresh the widgets inside the given builder function. Okay, to represent to show that state. Okay, so in this I have created another widget named increment decrement button. Okay, so in that increment decrement button I have created a scaffold screen, a bar with the floating action button. So what I am doing right now, I have created a two different screen. In one screen, I am showing the counter number, and in another screen, I will be showing a button. So what I am doing here, I will be clicking the button from one screen, and I have to just check whether the other screen reflects the same data that has been changed. So we are just checking whether the data is changed or is it reflecting to another screen also or not. So because the state changes, if the state gets changes and the widget that is using that state will also get updated. So we are just checking that part. Okay. Okay, so let's do one thing. Interesting. Okay, so what I will do here, I have to call I have to navigate to the another screen, so I will just use context dot go and go where location. So the location that I want to give is this is the location basically. Okay, got it. Okay, let's I think it is not running. I hope, I suppose, I don't know. No, it's not running basically. Let's rerun this thing. Start debugging. Okay. No, I don't want to run on Linux. Basically, I want to run on web. So I will be using Chrome for that. Run and debug. Correct. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's navigate to the screen. Oh, okay. Now what is happening here? What the hell is going on here? URL path not starts with image location. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? Let me check this. Okay. Oh, okay. Stick it to why? It's not working. Okay. Let's come here. And I will be checking this go router. Okay. So what does go router does? Okay, so basically I will be just checking navigation part, so how we are basically navigating to the navigation. Okay, so basically what I have to do, I have to use this thing. Let's refresh it. So I come go exception no routes for this location, increment slash decra buttons. Why? What do you mean with this? Making order. It is working. Starts at branch location. Okay, so I think issue ये है क्या कि मतलब I don't know, but the naming convention is the major issue here, right? If I'm right here. Path. Path dot starts with new match location. It's not true. It means location is not same. Somehow I'm doing wrong here. What is the thing that I'm doing wrong with this? Okay, finally work कर गया. Okay, finally it's working. Okay, yeah, sure, it's working now. Okay. I think we are not. Let's set this color some color. Suppose color. What is the color that I'm using here? Hey, let's put background color. Oh, color scheme. Yeah, we're calling color scheme. Then inverse. So inverse primary basically is the reverse of the primary color. Inverse of the primary. Next in color used for displaying highlighting inverse surface background like button text in the sky. Okay. Yes. That's obsession. But here there's something wrong. What have leading what is not giving back button? Okay, it's a web. Even thinking. expecting back. At one time I thought that I'm working on mobile, but it's not a mobile, it's basically a web. Get a positive would found okay, so what I will be doing here, I will be calling this increment and decrement here, but I will be not creating another instance here. Basically what will happen, if I will create another instance, then it will create a separate memory, and the function that we are calling, it will change the value, but it will not change the value of this counter qubit. Basically, okay, it will change the value of the the counter qubit which is instantiated here. Okay, so what I will do, I have to create some public I have to provide this instance on the top level of the widget. So how I will do that? For this I can use provider. So what provider does, provider sits on the top of the widget. Okay, so which on the top? Just the most parent or the top node of the Flutter. So basically what is the top node here? This is the top node. This is the main node. At the top of this I will provide a block provider, and I will just instantiate the counter qubit there, and the counter qubit will be I can then use the counter qubit in all the screens. Okay, so let's take this out. Okay, and I will just here what I will create counter qubit, and it will be child with this. Okay, what is happening here? So that's the argument type is counter qubit, can't be assigned to the parameter type state symbol source. Okay, but if I go here counter qubit, if I go here counter qubit uses a block base. Block base is a state immutable state streamable source, which is implementation of state streamable source. So why this is creating an issue here? Okay, let me check this. Okay, let's go here, just check what is happening. Yes, I'm having trouble with my internet here. What is the provider create qubit? Oh, you will have to provide a context here also. Yeah. Okay, so what it does, it okay, so it is a function that takes a context. Okay. Okay, so we are not passing the context basically because it is already getting the context, but this class doesn't need the context right now. Internet pass the context, so yeah, not an issue here. Oh, sorry. Counter qubit. Okay, so what I will do here, I will just call, I will remove this part. Okay, and I think I don't need this. If I think and we are using counter here, so with my sync counter. Okay, I'm just checking. Basically, I don't know what I'm doing here right now, but based on my understanding, what it does, I've already given the information to my application that this counter qubit has already been instantiated in the top level of the widget. Okay, in the top level widget. Okay, so when the provider is already created here, the provided this counter qubit widget instance here, it already this instance is already public, so I can share across the screens also. So what does basically block builder does, based on my understanding, block builder take this instance, check for whether it is created already or not. The provider is already providing this instance here. Inside the provider is already providing this instance. The block provider will take that instance, it will rebuild this widget. Okay, so yeah, one more thing, block provider doesn't do this thing automatically. It always checks the memory of the counter qubit and always check whether the state has been changed or not. If the state has been changed, then refresh the widget, okay, which is created inside the builder based on my, so basically I don't have to give the block that part basically because it's already instantiated. But in this I have to create the block, so I have to call the counter qubit. So what is the way to fetch the instance from the provider to use here? So it is similar as just like the provider package, similar with the provider package also. So what I will do is provider dot of context, I think block provider, let me check. Block provide a lot of context. You can use context also directly, but let me check this. Block provider. Okay, yeah. So block provider dot of context. Okay. And context, I will give provider generate type, which provider that I want to call. It is this. Okay, first of all, I have to create this inside the build. Okay. What is wrong here? The value of the local variable call the keyword isn't used. Try removing the variable using. Okay. So I have to use here. Here I will increment. Increment, and here I will decrement. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's check this. Then we did feature back. Okay, let me click. I'm clicking. Go back. 7. Okay. What I'm doing wrong here? Okay, so there are multiple heroes that share the same tag within the subtree, with each subtree for each heroes. Let's refresh this thing. Okay, so let's go to next screen. Wow, so I'm getting the same here. Why? In this case, the multiple calling tag default hero is subtree. Within each subtree for each heroes are to be animated. That is a page dot subtree. Hero must be uniform. So should I have to provide a key here? I think. Yeah, let me think here. I think this should be key, I suppose. Nav to in3. I think this is the key here, and I have to create a key here also. Basically, is it need okay, so we have to provide a tag here, so I guess the key is a tag here. Oh, what the key bindings in this VS Code is different, so I'm not used to with this VS Code key bindings. So basically earlier I was using Helix to code, but right now I'm using VS Code. So Let's refresh this. Let's check. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so I'm getting the same issue. Why the hell is getting issue here? Multiple errors had following tag, default floating tag. Here's a separate. Okay, so you have to provide a multiple hero tag. Tag. Okay. Object. It's guys, I'm just basically checking why the hell it is not working because I'm literally very confused. Just check. Okay. Okay, now it's open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, okay. 1, 2. 4 होना चाहिए. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be 10 now. Great, it's working. Cool, it's working. Okay, thank you. Okay, so have used counter here. I'll use decrement and increment here. Okay, so it's working. What I will do, I will create another widget. I will create okay, so I will implement this same functionality using the block. Right now I am using qubit, but uh, I will be using block. So let's create a new project here. Sorry, new folder, name block, and what I will name here, it will be counter block counter. Yeah, I will be taking same class will be counter block, extend it with block. Okay, possible initial steps. Right. I don't know why, but server is down, I suppose. Okay, it's not working. Okay, so what are we saying here? So counter qubit, block provider. Step block selector. So hey guys, sorry for the late. Basically, there was some issue regarding the network, so I was just checking what is happening. But I think this stream will be small, and I will continue the shopping cart in the next stream. But I will complete the counter app basically with implementing the block also. Earlier I have implemented the qubit, but now I will implement the block, and after that I will close the stream. Okay, so let's get started. So what I am doing right now, so basically earlier when you were seeing the qubit, in the qubit we only just pass the state, the type of the state that you want to show. But in the block you have to pass the state and event also. So basically block works on event, and the next is the state. So I have created an event class, and it is a counter increment, and let's implement. So what I have done here, so on function just check whether the event has been dispatched from the buttons or by the user. If it is not, then it will not uh, execute the code inside this curly bracket. But if it is dispatched from the user or during the clicking or something, then it will execute that. So basically it will just check for the dispatchment. It basically check whether the event has been passed, or the event has been sent, or the type of the event that has been sent is this. If the type of the event sent is of counter increment type, then execute the instructions. Okay, so what I will do, I will use emit function, and what I will do, I will update the state with incrementing +1, right? So what is happening here? Okay, it's a linting issue. thing. Okay, and so what I will do here then, I will, so I am also using the counter block also. So what I will do, if I'm using more than one, then I have to create a multi-block provider instead of block provider. So multi-block provider, it takes list of child widgets, you can say, and providers. Okay. What it does, single child block provider. Okay, we will do same for the qubit block. Sorry, counter block. Okay, so I have created both. So now the instantiate, the provider will provide both these blocks. One will be the counter block and another will be the counter qubit. So we can access from any screens these provider. Basically we can access these providers from any screen. So what I will do, I will create another floating buttons where I will just call the block counter block event. Okay. Okay, paste here and let's add block. I will do here also same thing. I will create another counter block variable which will hold the counter block instance. So provider block of context I will provide the type, and the type will be the counter block. And what I will do here, instead of calling a function, here I will release or dispatch an event. Okay, so counter block dot add. Okay, so it will notify the block of a new event. This triggers all corresponding event handlers instances. Okay, so event handler, so basically we have created handler here, if you see here. So it will just check for the dispatcher if the event that has been released or dispatched is of counter increment type, then we have to execute this function. Okay, so what I will do, I will pass the type, what type of event at the time passing that I want to do is counter increment type, and for counter decrement we will leave it right now. I will just test whether the counter increment is working or not, and after that I will execute the I will write a code for counter decrement also, and we will solve these issues because we are just leaving that one increment as um, uh, event, but we suppose if there is multiple events that you have to record. So how we will solve that issue, we will do this later. First we will check this whether it is working or not. Okay, let's just check this thing. Okay, so go to the screen, click on this and this, and you will see nothing has changed because the increment that has been done is on the counter block instance, not the counter qubit. But I haven't created the block builder for counter block instance. Okay, so first I will create that. So I will just I will type, I will not copy paste it. Right now I'm learning, so I will not type anything. I will just copy. I will not copy paste. I will just type. Sorry. Okay. So it takes context and it takes state. State is counter, you can say, and it will return text widget, and text widget will be adding counter here, showing counter here. We will provide star will be 3 dot context dot texting text theme dot line medium. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this part is done. Let's do. We have to provide a type of it. So it's counter block or type int. The state is of type int basically. Let's check this. I have to add this part also. I will just create another widget named size box because I have to provide some space in between the two text. So size box height will be 10. Okay. And it's not. Yep. I will be capping the letter so that it can be in the distribution. Incorrect. I will be mentioning correct. Good. Okay, so what I will be doing here, I have created a block builder for counter block also, and I've created a block builder for counter qubit. When the state of the counter qubit changes, it updates this widget. If it is changes in the if the state is changes inside the counter block, then we have to update this widget. Okay. One more thing, I have created an event handler. Then if the event is released, it will check the type. If the type is counter increment, then it will execute this. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I am add a photo circle. I will be using different icons based so that I can distinguish which button is for block and which button is for qubit. Okay. So this is for qubit, above is for block. sorry. Yeah, basically. Okay, so yeah, nice, good. What I will do here, I will just check. Let's check. Let's see. Let me refresh this. Okay, so I will just click here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's check. Yeah, you can see 7. Go here. 1, 2, 3. And you can see 3. Great, it's okay. So now I have to implement counter decrement also. So how will I register the counter decrement here? I cannot do comma and just add counter decrement. It's not possible. So what I will do, I will create a common class extending with all these events, and I will just use as common class as an event. Okay. So we are just decoupling it. Field class, and what I will be using, the name will be the counter event. Okay, I will be extending it. So why I'm using final, because once the counter increment is extended with the counter event, it will not be changed further, it will not be extended further, anything, not do anything. It will be closed, fixed, or you can say constant, immutable also you can say. Extends event, and same goes for this also. Okay, now I will mention only counter event, and it will accept both the counter decrement and counter increment event also, because it is of type counter event. On counter decrement, we have to pass this function, lambda function you can say, or you can say anonymous function, event from limit. Okay, and what I will do, I will just, if I will check if the state is less than 0, equal to 0, 0 in return. Okay, otherwise update the state. I will be calling this. Mismatching gender type. Subtype instance of RDI does not create instance of RDI of E if never do the training progress. Okay, counter block and filter C plus the counter here. Let's go. Let's increment. Let's see. It's working. Let's go again. Decrement 3 times to increment 3 times. Decrement 2 times. Decrement 0 time. Decrement 0 time. Great. So it is working now. Separate this. Okay, so due to network issue, it is not pushing the code to the GitHub. So I will just stop it here. Because of network issue, there is some problem that I am having right now. Stop this, close this out. In the next stream, we will be creating a shopping e-commerce app, and in that, uh, we will be exploring the block even more. And now I have to say goodbye, but before that, I want to ask. I want to ask your feedback, whether am I doing wrong or what are the things that I am doing wrong here, and what are the steps should I take to improve, because it's my first time to stream the content and to stream it in real time and just tell people what I'm basically doing. So sometimes it is easy to say something or tell them and or explain them, but there are some times that explaining or telling them it's not easy, so it is a little bit complicated at that time. So I just need your feedback, guys. So before that, keep safe, keep loving everyone, and bye bye.